Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We are going to be doing a review on this foundation. This is from Maybelline. 16 available shades available on the Ulta website, and this shade is Warm Coconut. It says that it's full coverage, is up to 24 hours of wear, seamless matte finish, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant. Also, it's oil free. Also, it's tested by dermatologists. Yeah, so it promised a lot of stuff. I didn't even know they had a new foundation out. In my neighborhood, I never know what's going on when it comes to makeup. Thank God for social media. Next thing that we're gonna try out, I picked up this new primer oil from Beauty Creations, and this is the primer that we are gonna try also. I picked this up from Hush.com. If you guys not familiar with Hush.com, they have very affordable products on their website. I'm also going to put it in the description box for you guys. Picked up these two concealers from Hush as well, but this is from Jordana. This is also new. This is a maximum coverage 2-in-1 concealer and foundation. You can use it however you want it, but I'm going to use it as a concealer. This one here, this is number 11, which is Golden Toffee. This is Golden Caramel, but I think this is going to look way much better on my skin. I haven't done anything to my skin as yet. I'm going to use this Garnier Skin Active Clearly Brighter Sunscreen. I use it as a moisturizer. Alright, so we're also going to try these primers. They're very popular now, this type of primers. Just scoop it up with this thing, and I'm just going to put a little bit watery. I like using these primers because it's really good for my skin, because you guys know from when I started my channel, I always tell you guys I'm very dry, and now the weather is really bad. I love using these. You know, I get a little oil on my skin. I won't suggest anyone that has oily skin to use this because it's oily, and if you oily, you're just gonna put more oil on your skin. So we're gonna try the foundation out. Let's just see if it comes with a pump or anything like that. Ooh, yeah, it comes with a pump. You know, my bottle is kind of flimsy. The top feels like it's gonna come off, so I may want to go on exchanges because I don't like the way that it's like, I don't know, it's not tight enough. But the brush I'm going to be using for this step, I'm going to be using the Jordana Lace Buffing Brush. This is 928. I'm not going to use my sponge today. I don't want my fingernails to get dirty. My nails always get dirty when I use a sponge. And I put it on the brush. Ooh. It is very thick. So I'm just going to fragrance. Alright, so I'm just gonna buff this in. You know what? I think I used too much. This is really thick. And this is only one pump. Alright, so far it covers really good. I'm not sure about the shade. I feel like I look like Mistress Oompa Loompa right now. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not liking that shade. So I'm just gonna keep on buffing it. I don't like the shade too much. Maybe it will oxidize, I'm not really sure. So you're gonna see. What you guys think about the color? I don't know, I think it's a little too dark for me. I usually pick up cappuccino when it comes to drugstore products, but for some reason I think they have more shades and they name them differently. I haven't seen a cappuccino, so far the coverage looking really good. I'm really impressed right now. So we're just gonna let this sit for a minute and we're gonna go to the next step. Alright, so we're gonna be trying out the Jordana concealer. I'm gonna try the darkest one first. This is Golden Toffee. I'm gonna put this under my eyes. This color is a little too dark. If you want something natural, you could go for this. I think I'm just going to probably mix this with the other one just to get a little highlight. And these are very thick. I'm going to put a little bit on my hand and swatch it for you guys. You just need like a little tap of it. So this is golden caramel. I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand and I'm going to show you guys how thick this is. Put a little more. And the other one, which is, you know, is toffee. I'm gonna put it right next to it. And toffee is like more like a red undertone. See here? I'm sure if you mix this together, you could probably use it as a foundation, as they suggested. All right, so I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm just going to try to blend this out. I really do like how this is blending out. The coverage is very good. Ooh, this blend out really nice. You definitely could use it as a foundation. You can't even tell if I have anything under my eyes. Next time I'm going to use a little bit more of the lighter shade. So far it blended out really nice. I hope you guys to see. Just had this thing under my eyes for like a second and it's burning under my eyes like hell. Anytime I use a new concealer under my eyes, I always get this tingling sensation under my eyes. It's been happening for a while. I think my skin is changing. I can't put too much chemicals on my skin. Maybe because I'm getting older. I don't know. Like, it's always happening now, so I have to be very careful. I don't want this to continue burning me, so I'm just going to use some of my setting powder. This is from Estee Lauder. So while I set it, I'm not feeling that burning sensation anymore. And that is pretty good. We are going to be doing a comparison on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. This is the palette that I have. This is $42 on their website. The other palette that we are going to be trying out, this is from Bad Habits. Now I picked up this from Hush.com. I will put it in the description box for you guys. This is the Retro Love palette. So this palette is only $10 on their website. They look pretty close. In the Subculture palette, you get a brush. This is the brush here. This is the brush. With the Retro palette, you don't get a brush, but you also get a mirror. Really excited to try this out as well because $10 for a dupe palette, that is so good. I think this video is going to be longer than expected, but I want to try this out for you guys. With the Retro Love palette, you do get 14 shades just as Anastasia palette. The name on the Retro Love palette is different from the Anastasia palette. They are really close. Let me just give you guys a little close-up again. I'm really happy that I found a dupe for you guys because I know a lot of you guys cannot afford high-end products, and also myself, sometimes I don't want to buy it, but YouTube is something that I do on my spare time. I have to make sure that I bring new things to you guys. I already prepped my eyes already off camera, guys, so we're gonna go in with Anastasia palette. We're gonna take Fudge, which is this dark shade here. And I'm just gonna take light strokes with this because I don't want any fallout too much. I'm gonna go with Youth. This is from the Retro Love palette. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it right. So it looks pretty close. I'm gonna take a little bit from that Retro palette again and just going to blend it out. Now with the Anastasia, I feel like this color is a little more pigmented than this one. It looks a little more darker. On camera, I'm seeing it like a really light brown. I don't know, maybe just my eyes, but really close. From the Anastasia palette, I'm gonna go in with All Star, which is this color here. This is like a dark burgundy color. Alright, with the Retro Love palette, I'm gonna go in with a similar color. I think Rock and Roll is closer to it, so I'm gonna use this color here. The shades in the Retro Love palette, they are really pigmented. From Morphe, this is the E30 brush. I'm just gonna take this and just blend this out. So far, I'm really impressed with the Dupe palette. Like, if you could get the same look with a different palette that is cheaper, why not? Instead of spending all that money on palette, this is pretty good. So this is the shade I'm going to use in the palette, which is Electric. So this is the Anastasia side. I'm just going to take this. The color was going over my eyelid and I didn't want to do that. I guess like when I bring on my eyes like this, you could tell. So I just wanted to tie it up a little bit so it looked pretty good. I'm gonna do the same for this side. So this is Icon, which is a similar color as Electric. We're gonna see if it look good like this. I'm gonna take a little bit on this brush. Oh, I guess when you wet it, it looks good. It looks pretty close. Huh. I guess when you wet your brush, it looks the same. You do get a little follow with both eyeshadows, so. I think I went up a little bit too much when I use a concealer, so I'm gonna stop right there and then I'm gonna take another color and then just try to make it look like this. If I go up too much, it's just gonna be uneven. I'm gonna go back with Rockstar, which is this color here. So far, both of the eyeshadows, they look very similar. You can't really tell which one is which. I was kind of skeptical if Icon would have looked the same as Electric, but when you wet your brush, it comes off the same. In the palette, it looks so different. It's really light. I hope you guys can see that. It's really light in the pan, but on the eyelid, it looks pretty good. I'm back to give you guys my final review on all the products that I tried for you guys. The first thing that we tried was the primer. I really do love this primer. I think that is much better for someone like myself who has really dry skin. I would not suggest this for oily skin because it is an oil primer. I really do like this, and this is from the Beauty Creations, and this is a non-greasy hydrating oil and it has vitamins in it. What do you guys think about this foundation? So far it's looking really good on my skin, but I think I need a lighter shade. I feel like my face is red. I don't know, it looks a little red. Just let me know down below what you guys think about this foundation. But overall, I do like the coverage. Like I said in the beginning, there are 16 shades, and the cool thing about it, it has a pump. It do oxidize, guys. In the bottle, you could tell that it's very light in the bottle, but on my face it looks darker. So I think that I'll go back to Ulta and get another shade. This is a really full coverage foundation. I really love this foundation. I think this is one of my favorite ones from the drugstore so far. For 2018, I haven't tried anything else yet, but so far I'm liking it. I just don't like the shade. I do love the concealers. They look very natural under my eyes. It's not cakey, it's not that greasy. It's very thick. very, very thick. I don't remember how much I paid for this. In future videos, I will make sure that I use this as a foundation, because you could use it as a foundation. I think it's better to use it as a foundation instead of a concealer, because it's way too thick for a concealer. The Dupe palette is really worth the money. I would suggest you guys go out and get the palette. If you guys just looking for a dupe to play around, just to try out for beginners, this is a palette for you. I'm just gonna swatch all the matte shade first. Alright guys, so these are all the matte shades in the palette from the Dupe palette. Very, very pigmented. Look at this. The green color that everyone hates in the other palette from Anastasia, it looks really good. This other one here, let me just put a little bit more. Let me just show you guys the shimmer shades as well. I'm going to put it on this hand. There's just 3 shimmer shades in the palette. This is from the Sculpture palette. You guys can see all the shades here. I'm sorry, my hand's a little bit ashy today. They are a bit similar. Some of the colors in the Anastasia palette is a little more pigmented than the Retro Love. But if you don't have the money for the Anastasia palette, you could go ahead and pick up the $10 palette. You do get your money's worth, because like with the shimmer shades, all you have to do is like wet your brush and you get the same thing. You cannot tell me that this palette is not the bomb.com. Also with the $10 palette, I think it works the money. Why not spend the $10 and save yourself some money? I highly recommend this palette for you guys, and that's thank you so much. Until next time, bye.